shadows dance and play. Exploration calls us to take the skies again. Together we'll find what we lost in the fray. As the moon's silver light guides our way, we begin again. We begin again.
It's raining like crazy. If we lose power, I'm sorry, it just started.
Sound out of fucking know.
Yeah, it's just really going. All right. Washington sucks for like having any control over it. Anyway, welcome to episode 14 of Moonstruck Saga. Everybody, we're still on the moon. We are doing great up here. So, in the last couple episodes, we launched the vessel, made it successfully to the moon. We've navigated through some of these challenges. We encountered the helpful isobulbs, the little isopod creatures that like to repair whatever they can find, and they have been repairing the ship because of this. We discovered
Thumping around.
the stream can't hear you, can they? The stream can just hear me. Like everybody just thinks I went silent for a moment while you're talking too. But we discovered that Luna is not the name of the Princess of the Moon. That the Princess of the Moon is actually named Figment. Luna is the entire moon itself. And also the moon is very much a ship. We know that it is responsible for tidally locking magic to like so the entire echo gets an even spread. That's what the moon does. But it's been off and it is not rotating. And they need help getting it rotating. And we have been working on it. So far, there are 5 of the 12. There should be 12 sentinels activated. Right now they have on record 13 of them. But the 5 of the 13 that are awakened are Figment, Mirage, Fancy, Daydream, and Fervor. And like yesterday, we met the Allium, which are little onion people, which I love very much. And today we are going to investigate this volcano region that nobody else can see me clicking, but let's switch over to introduce the players. We're going up here. The rain smells great. So we have Ivo, played by Pakaparfe.
Hi.
Excellent. We've got Cat, played by Stone Ghost.
Howdy.
We got Nameless, played by Rob.
Get up.
Hey there.
Got Renic, played by Imperial. Nika just broke Rob, by the way.
Hello, everybody.
All right. Excellent. So, let us start. So we are, let me show you guys where we are. Like right here, we are on the moon. This is just where we've met the Sentinels. I will put them on the map as we meet them. It's just so everybody can remember where they are. The one Mirage is not on the map because we have not technically actually met them. They used a card to get out of the hole, so they just like bypassed meeting Mirage. But this side, and this side are all on. One minute. Okay. So let us get started. I'm going to start with you, Ivo, because you're at the top left there. We go clockwise. Peanut has come into your little... You have a nice little like medical station on the moon, just in case anything goes wrong for people. Just in case we get hurt on the moon. Peanut has brought in a new client for you, and it's just like help them hop up to the bed. They're like, Ivo, this is Scalix. I would like you to run a full physical on them if you don't mind. But don't worry, I brought Nameless in case you needed help.
Alright.
Scalix
She just gets started.
Scalix is a little alien guy. They very nervousy, very nervous, very fidgety. Just sitting there like staring up at you and then staring at all the equipment with eyes. They're like, yep, done this a million times. I've had plenty of physicals. Where do I put my hands?
I was just like, because you're not very good at comforting people. She's like, just relax.
Relax. Their whole body goes limp and they fall to their side. Peanut just gives you a thumbs up.
Oh, okay.
Wow, this rain is crazy. Ivo, what kind of, like, we have all the medical technology that we would want in this spaceship. It is terrible that it is all colored like pastel pink. Like, none of us had a say in that matter.
I'm loving it.
Oh, okay. There's also like live, laugh, love, and
No, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
So this is like, hold on, let me show you who decorated. This is Crystal. She was hired by Blueberries to decorate to make sure the ship had the right vibes. She hung up crystals and little posters all over the entire ship.
Wouldn't that just be like dust collectors?
Dust collectors?
Yeah. And now it's just like full of stuff.
Oh yeah, it's so full of stuff. Scalix, like a scallion, but like ends with X, sits back up, like with Peanuts like prodding. It's just like, don't worry, all of our doctors are trusted. Like nothing's gonna go wrong for you here. And it's just like, okay. Like, he's just sitting up, like watching Scalix. He does not like Scalix as much as he likes the moats. By the way, the moats are little like floating creatures, very, very incredibly light feather-like creatures that will attach to you with Velcro and steal your AP. We learned about them. So what kind of what does Ivo's physical look like for this little guy? Fully humanoid shaped, but their arms and legs are made out of what look like onion roots, like stalks.
Do they have heartbeats?
Yeah, I think they do. I think they do have a heartbeat. It's probably incredibly slow. You got like a stethoscope on them?
Yeah.
They love it. Like as you set the stethoscope against Scalix's chest, he kind of like tries to hug it. Just like, I can keep this?
I mean, you can touch it for a bit.
Thank you. I think without even rolling, you can find out their heartbeat is very similar to something that like a creature that just came out of hibernation. Like it's slowly speeding up, and like as like the heartbeat is speeding up, you start to notice them looking around the room more, like very excitedly taking everything in. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna, because I'm just doing full physical tools. You know, a little flashlight they like shine in your eyes.
Oh, absolutely. Um, they do not blink at all. Like the light just kind of goes in there and does not reflect off anything. It's almost like their eyes are more like closer to holes. They're just like their eyes are just one big pupil.
Ooh, Sonic. I mean, can she let the little guy hold the stethoscope? I can't even say it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He'll hold the stethoscope.
Yeah, stethoscope.
Yeah, I'm not feeling like I don't feel good because I can pronounce that one. I can't pronounce literally anything else. He's like definitely holding it. Like if you give him like the ear parts of it, they'll go right around his neck. Right around their neck. They're just like, mm-hmm. They reach in their pocket and pull out they reach up their arm and pull out a picture drawn by Arthur and hand it to you. Arthur is one of the crew members that drew a picture of everybody sitting at a fancy dinner. You're like, trade. Good at it.
She's just like, thanks.
Like, you see them sit up straighter upon you recognizing the fact that they did a good trade. Like, yes. You roll me 2d12. 12 is a 20 in this situation. 1 is still a 1. 7 is a moon roll, for the record. It's basically adventure, but it's only a level of adventure that can happen on the moon.
2?
Yeah, 2d20. And we'll take the highest.
Oh, wait. Wait, 20 or 12?
2d12s. 12s. Yeah, you're right. So we got... make sure we turn on 3D dice unless I don't have them.
Oh.
No, you're good.
Well, I keep forgetting it doesn't do it every time.
We're all furious that it doesn't. So, you definitely learn that these guys can take nutrients from basically anything and don't need a lot to survive. They go into crazy levels of hibernation mode. Like, this guy is over 1,000 years old, Ivo. There's a little onion fella. But is acting closer to a child trying to pretend that they know what's going on. But Nameless, because you're in here, like, what is one thing about these guys that can make them a little bit dangerous?
I would think that they can get nutrients from anything, meaning me. I don't trust them.
It's like somebody was like batting around Siri was batting around the idea that they consumed raw meat. Peanut's just like staring at him a little bit. Like, I don't trust you. But is there anything that Ivo would like to learn about these? These are the first sentient living creatures we found on the moon. Like, the Sentinels are people, but they are people made. The Allium are creatures, like living creatures that can talk.
So we could make an army of them.
Did you say an army of them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, right now we only know about 6 of them, but we did trade them an awful lot of fertilizer. so that the rest of them could wake up.
I guess I was just looking for weak points, like where like I assume they have like organs and stuff in them.
All of their organs are located directly in their bulb head.
Okay, they're in the head. I actually just trying to find those.
Yeah, they have
Like fascinating. How do they work?
They have a full like photosynthesis is the wrong word because it's not like because they were in a cave when we found them. They started like coming up. It seems to be what we call AP or what we call magic is fueling them. Like that is what woke them up. They can consume things, and it does seem to make them more active. They love sipping on the little like Capri Sun water that we gave that Tobias gave them, which is just a bunch of like packages with sugar water. Basically hummingbird food is what he made them. And when they don't have mouths, like this one, like Scalix does not have a visible mouth, but when he puts a straw up to his like onion, it will part, and then he can like and drink it. And he can part his whole head, and you can like look at the organs on the inside if you want to, and it does not hurt him.
Oh yeah, I'll look.
Yeah, they're
The whole time she's kind of like, I want to find a dead one.
Did you say that out loud?
Can I make that happen?
No.
Like Scalix is still talking to you just fine with their face like wide open and their like organs revealed. I think you do see what looks like a beating heart. Next to no blood, there is like a liquidy substance, but it's like, onion juice. It's kind of frothy.
Does it like make my eyes water?
If you do have that reaction to onions, then absolutely it does.
Then yeah.
Peanut hops down and leaves. He's like, ew. I don't like this. So yeah, if you're looking for weaknesses, you see all the nervous system goes down. Like if you cut the head off, like it doesn't kill them, but they become completely unable to do anything except for talk. And it seems to take a while for the root system to grow into arms and legs. So it's not like they regenerate immediately. They would grow back if you planted them, though. And also, it does not appear, like based on your studies here, that it needs to be the moon. Like it seems like, based on their biology, any ground might handle it. They are a robust people.
I was just like, fascinating. She's just taking the little limbs and just lifting them.
But Scalix
him
is
like a puppet.
"Whee!" Oh god, he loves it. Alright. So while that's going on, like, you all hear a strange noise in the background, like behind the ship, and it sounds similar. It sounds familiar. Renic, all of the Mystician's equipment, which we brought up a bunch of things to measure vibes. And like frequencies and whatnot. That is what the Mysticians brought up here. And it's a small lab. There's not a ton of space.
Mm-hmm.
But all of the computer, like all the screens are like lighting up, picking up new sounds. Or picking up a new vibe.
Okay. Interesting. What? Do I hear anything? Or
Yeah.
do I notice anything other than the readings?
I think there's a sound that goes along with the readings that is like such a like a low bass tone that is kind of shaking the entire ship.
Okay. That is concerning. Can I use the instrumentation to do any kind of like figure out where it's coming from or what it is?
Oh, absolutely.
I would like to do this.
So I don't even think like you can get more information if you do a roll, but I can give you the information right now. Easy.
I mean, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah,
What's the
sure,
worst
go
that
for
can
it.
happen?
I would say give me 2d12, because you have all of this equipment right here to help you with it.
Sure. Well, that's the worst that could happen.
That's
fine.
pretty wild. So on the way up to the moon, we only had one particular problem, and it was when we hit the atmosphere. The mystician's lab basically caught fire.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought we fixed it. You see around you some of the crystals that are supposed to be like like gathering the vibe. Just start to like crack around you. It's just like whatever this is an incredibly powerful transfer of energy. Like this song is trying to like, and energy and information on the moon are transported between creatures like pollen for plants.
Okay.
And you just start to see like as all of the crystals are reading and trying to like store this vibe, it is, and like I'll give it to you, even with a 1, it's just gonna be even worse than it was. It's the saddest thing you've ever heard.
Oh, okay.
Like, it is one of those chronically depressing kind of, and it definitely sounds like a whale call. Like,
Sure.
Like hits you in the heart situation, even if like you don't care about whales.
Sure. So as soon as he notices things starting to crack, he's like trying to shut those instruments off to preserve what they have.
Like Peanuts over the comms. He's like, "What do I need to do, Renic? Everything's going crazy."
Anything that appears to be damaged, shut it off. Don't let it get any worse.
Over the comms, you guys all just hear, "Shut it down, everyone!" And look, the ship starts powering down to just like on emergency lighting mode.
Listen, it's the only idea I've got.
Oh no, it works for sure. Like we've stopped the rest of it from like being destroyed.
I don't want the ship to shake apart when we don't have spacesuits for everyone.
But everyone on the ship, everyone on the ship, like all of you in the chat, are hearing the saddest whale call that you've ever heard in your life. And like you might not even know that it's like a whale call, but you know that this is incredibly sad. Ivo, in your little lab, just Scalix just starts like weeping openly, but they don't close their eyes ever. It's just like you see some of the frothy like onion juice like form at the bottom of their eyeballs and then just start pouring down. Like the whole room is reeking of cut onions.
I was just like, oh my god, did I hurt you? And like she's crying because it's just onion fumes in her face.
Scalix wants a hug. He doesn't understand what's going on. He's just like, can you hear it? It's so sad.
Hear what?
And he just starts like weeping into the hospital bed.
kind of just awkwardly patting him. Like,
You're never gonna
you
get that
tell
smell
me?
out of here.
Can you calm a little bit?
I want to do it. Like, I don't want to make the noise, but I want to imply. You know how characters cry in Peanuts with the two just giant like waterfalls coming out of each of the old Charlie Brown cartoons, like water
Yeah.
just pouring out of both sides. That is how Scalix is crying right now.
I forgot which game I was in for this, but would Ivo recognize the whale noise at all?
Yeah, for sure. Like if you remember the whale, for sure. And because Ivo is not an emotional creature, like it's sad, but it's not like it's sad on paper. Like you're not crying because it's sad. You're crying because there's an onion weeping its
Yeah.
juices all over your office. It's just Peanut comes over the comms. It's like, have we located where that sound came from, Renic? Or where it continuously comes from? The ship is still vibrating.
Have I figured it out?
I think with a 1, we're gonna need some help.
Sure.
Cat, you're putting together your moon buggy. You're hearing an incredibly sad thing. Does Cat work with like music on in the background, or is Cat just like a work in silence kind of person?
Oh, depending on the mood. I think today probably had some, we'll say, German heavy metal in the background, or something similar to it.
Like everybody's like music turns off, like because they cut all the auxiliary power. Like the generator lights come on, and you just hear Peanut come over the mic, just being like, "Nobody panic. We just got a little problem in the Mystician's labs at current. So we're just shutting everything off to make sure it doesn't spread throughout the situation. Any of the Wayweavers, Cat, Akana, anybody else, if you could try to locate the source of that noise / frequency, we'd really appreciate that."
Do we have we pinpointed anything? Do we have a general idea where it might be?
I think Renic would have been able to like know that it is from the west.
I have some readings pointing west, but I shut everything down when some of the resonating crystals started to crack. I don't have much more than that. You're welcome to come look at what I have.
West is a good start.
Ah, sweet. We're just like gonna get into it.
Yeah. Do we have has anybody scouted that direction yet?
Scouted, no, but we do have a map of the area.
Excellent.
And I imagine we don't need like power on. We can study the map. I bet somebody printed it out. Also, for the record, the allium do not print on paper. They print on what looks like lichen. That is just very cumbersome.
Werewolves?
Not werewolf lichen, the other lichen. Yeah, let's just head to the west then. Peanut just comes over the mic. She's like, "Okay, we're gonna send a team out there." She's like, "Who's not busy?" Like, Tootie, have you not Tootie, Ivo, have you finished up with the your physical on the little onion guy?
She's just like, yeah, like, still crying.
There, Ivo. I'm sorry. I know it sounds sad. It's a sad. Not Ivo. Yeah, Ivo. It's like, I know it's sad, but don't worry. We're gonna go fix it.
I know it hurts my eyes.
It's like, oh. Peanut realizes that Ivo doesn't care about the fact that it sounds sad. So let me do this. This is the outside of the ship. This is what a ship looks like, by the way, in case you guys haven't seen it.
Yeah.
It's like an updated shuttlefish. And also, it's just bigger. Like, if you guys' like old shuttlefish was kind of like a I never considered it big. I always just considered it like a smaller ship. This is like the size of Serenity, not like the size of the Enterprise or anything. You guys all do have to share bunks. If you want to. If you you have do not want to at all share bunks, then you guys can have your own room. I am not against that at all. But it is kind of cramped, especially because Crystal, the squirrel vibe check, is taking up the largest storage room as her own bedroom. Because she's the worst. These are our little ISO bulbs. They are cool guys. They are trying to help us. Right now, they all do appear like they have stopped in place. You guys have been seeing them for probably a week now, repairing the ship. Like, the ship has a large hole in its storage area. But these guys are fixing it as we go. They are taking your ambient magic and they are turning it into physical material. But once you go outside and you see them, none of them are moving in this song. And once you go outside, you can hear it even clearer. The entire moon just kind of sounds like it's crying. And it is sad. But to the west. This is right outside the moon. Unless you guys want to study the isobulbs real fast. Or anything else real quick. That is perfectly fine as well.
I say to the crying.
Mm-hmm. This is on the way. On the path to it, you do see these large creatures. They appear to be scooping up what looks like matcha powder, but teal. Like, that's the texture of it. It apparently tastes like dead skin and crypts, for the record, if you eat this dust.
Who would eat it? Who would eat the dust?
If you eat the dust, it tastes like dead skin. Multiple people have decided to lick the dust.
Okay.
But these guys are scooping it. They're using their large, like, front flappers, like sea turtles, and just scooping the dust into their mouths and swallowing it. And you keep seeing them going up to, like, these giant succulent plants and just reaching in there, scooping out the dust and, like, putting it into their mouths. Every once in a while, you do see them grab a little creature. A little creature like this guy. And they also just scoop them right into their mouth.
Oh, can we save a little creature?
You want to go save one of them?
Can we?
Yeah, if you want.
Just in case.
Like, we have one of those back at the place. Those are moats, just so Nameless knows. Like, you know that if that thing gets attached to you, it will drain your AP.
Oh, okay.
But
Never
if you
mind
want
then.
to, for sure.
No, I am good.
Then it got swallowed.
Poor little thing.
Like, this is the circle of life. These guys are about the size of, I think, roughly the size of like a Volkswagen Beetle. That's how big these guys are.
Are they sentient in any way? Or can they?
I don't think sentient like you, but animal-like. You could go study them if you want to. They do not appear to be depressed like the other creatures were. They have not stopped working. They are actively...
No, I'm wondering if they're. No, I'm wondering if they have any hearing. If they're just don't notice noise. I'm gonna shoot my pistol and see if one of them turns my way. Just for the heck of it.
You're gonna aim your pistol at it, you said?
No. Shoot the pistol into the air. See if it
Oh,
is attracted to the noise.
I think they both just kind of scatter. This thing is inside of that one, so they just take off. Like, also, as they run, like a lot of this dust is getting into the air, but they are just running with their mouths open. Just gathering all of the dust that they can. And where they had cleaned off, it is much like cleaner. You could walk in those spots without anywhere else on the moon. If you step down, you are in anywhere from like 2 to 6 inches of dust. Like with the texture of matcha powder, packs down incredibly fine. They're fast the same way that water beetles are fast. Like, just uncomfortably quick. You're out of here. Get out of here, Moat.
And has anybody? I'm assuming since we know what it tastes like, we've gotten a sample of it already.
Yep, we have samples of it. From what Arthur was able to gather the samples, it is... In Renic, I imagine that you would have time, the mysticians at least would have studied this and to some degree. It is like packages of information. Like, this is like, all of this dust appears to be information that was not processed. And it just keeps saying inactive, 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 inactive. Like, all the dust just says inactive, except for the very top layer on some of them says side inactive.
Side inactive?
Side inactive.
Okay.
It will probably say Lockstitch friends, but there are quotation around friends. And then side inactive.
Sure.
As we go to that side, you guys pull up to a huge, what looks like lake on the moon. Also, just so we know, this is about 80 to 100 miles across based on our little like thing here. So like this, each side is is about 80 miles. So it's not like it's a quick trip.
Yeah. Couple hours.
And the song just gets sadder and sadder. But you do see more activity on the moon. You see some isobulbs. You see more of those creatures that you just saw. And as you approach, you see what is most certainly a dock for a boat.
That boat looks awfully familiar. That was a joke. It's okay. Just keep going.
I'm sorry, I missed that one. And this little guy is an allium that we have not seen this one. He has a little push broom, and he is going back and forth pushing the dust off the dock and into the water. The song is coming from somewhere around here. Like, it is very loud here, and it just sounds so sad.
Do we have to yell over it?
No, I think it's more like a feeling.
Okay.
But yeah, this guy's just deck brushing.
Hello?
He looks up, sees you guys. Huh. Like just gives you a little salute. This one has roots growing out of its face, and it has styled it in the fashion of a goatee.
I love that.
His clothes are made out of onion paper, for the record. Like the onion peel.
Mm-hmm.
That's what all their clothes are made out of. And he's just like, can I help you?
Do you know what is going on with this song sound noise? And he just like gestures around them.
And he's just like, I'm just supposed to clean off the dock. I'm really good at cleaning off the dock. I'm like,
I can see
"Sweet,
these.
sweet." Oh, admirer of my work. He's just
You
like,
clean docks real well.
oh, all right. See, I was telling everybody that I did, and like I feel like some people like take that for granted. And it's just like pushing him off. It's just like normally it doesn't get this much like backed up. I have no idea how this much of it got here. And he's like pushing it into the water. As he pushes the dust into the water, two things you notice, and without even a roll. One, the water is the texture of barely set jello. Like, the dust does not immediately start to sink. He is just kind of like covering the water with jello. And also, you see little grabby claws coming up and like scooping it down.
I'm gonna grab a sample of the water while I'm standing here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It is not liquid the way that anybody on the Echo, like, you wouldn't want to drink this. It'd be difficult for you to drink it because it is more solid than normal water. It's basically tapioca balls.
Yeah, slurp it like you do Jello.
Yeah, you'd have to slurp it. I mean, you can give it a taste if you want to. I don't think
no.
anybody's tasted the water yet.
I'm good. I'll bring it back to the ship later and have them test it. This is one thing Cat's not gonna try.
Inside the little sample of water, you catch a tiny little shrimp. Itty bitty little guy. But up close, it looks like this.
That's
And
horrifying.
yeah, it's just a little shrimp guy. You see this guy jump back from it and like hold his broom like a weapon. He's just like, oh, no, you caught one of the dells. Don't worry. Just put it back in the water. It won't eat you. Just away from you. Just give it a little throw. They're necessary, but they're very dangerous.
What are they necessary for?
He like stops and he thinks, he's like, what are they necessary for? You should ask Vision. Vision knows. Vision knows everything.
Vision sounds important.
Vision is the best captain I've ever served under.
Which way's Vision?
Oh, Vision's on the boat. I'm Greenie. And he comes up and like sticks his hand out to shake everybody's hand. except for the one, like except for Cat. He wants to avoid Cat because he does not trust the Dell.
How rude.
I mean, he said they were dangerous. I would too if that was the case.
Understandable.
They eat everything. Well, not everything. According, it's like, recently, and he says recently with like a big vagueness because he like looks around. They got a taste for metal.
Oh. Well, that answers the question I was going to have. I was going to take a pair of tweezers and try and pluck it out.
Oh, absolutely. Like if you wanted to like do that just for fun, it will grab onto the tweezers and just like scarf it down.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh, that may be kind of dangerous to bring back to the ship.
His eyes are just huge. It's like, we just feed it this. It can't be a problem. And it's just like this. This is what it's supposed to eat. And it like grabs the dirt off the deck and just throws in the water. Right now I've got too much of it to deal with.
Is he implying that he needs help?
Yes, absolutely. He both with the sweeping and the fact that the dust is not sinking into the water fast enough. Greenie gets close to Ivo and just like, have you been crying?
Unfortunate.
It's like pats Ivo on the foot. There. And he's just like, the sound, like the whale call, like comes across and it starts rippling the water. And he, like, it shakes him. And he's like, oh, that sound. Oh, you can keep the Dell in that jar. Like, I will, like, you can give it to the luminaries to study if you want to. Like, they already have a moat, which is already an incredibly dangerous thing to have on the ship. So adding more things to the ship is fine.
Do it. Bring it back to the ship.
Okay.
Good. We just got a Dell in a jar.
Good news, it does not have a metal cap.
So, out here, you do see this ship is also just covered in that dust and also appears to have like sea lichen or seaweed type situation growing all over it. The ship appears to be completely immobile. It is definitely stuck wherever it is.
What is the yellow rock things?
The yellow rocks match the description of what you've heard are seed stones. Seed stones come from a group. They are used by a creature named lumens, which are, I will show you real quick. They are these birds. They gather seed stones and then they feed them to a large lumen, and then they get all of the information from the area around where they gathered that seed stone. They turn to a teal color, or a more silvery color, when they are loaded with information. They are yellow when they are inert. It's basically, what if there was a sponge for information? Like, that's what those things do.
Will one of those big birds fit in the ship?
Yeah, we could find room for the birds if we need it, like if we want to. I'm definitely sure there are some of them around, but yeah, there's gonna be some around.
We'll put that in our back pocket.
They just kind of like, they look very upset. They keep putting their heads underwater, but then like water reverberates very well anyway, so like they are not enjoying it. I think they are trying to like fly away to get away from the sad sound, actually.
I mean, that tracks.
Also, yeah, they don't love Lockstitch because Cat stole their not Cat Vulpus stole their food.
Well, nothing I can do about that in retrospect.
Now, is the ship stuck because it's grounded or because the water is so thick it can't move anymore?
I think both. I think the water is so thick that it started to grow the seaweed like on top of it, and that has grounded it.
Okay.
It is also covered in the dust. But Greeny's job is to brush off the dock, not off the boat. He's not a ship swaddler yet. He's not ready to swab the poop deck. 2 more promotions.
2 more promotions. So there's something in between swabbing the dock and the deck.
I think cabin boy.
Oh.
But yeah, you guys can actually just like the dock and the boat is at the end of the dock. If you guys just want to like go up there and study that, that's perfectly fine.
Sure. I mean, I don't know what else we're gonna do. It seems like Seems like as good a lead as any to figure out what is going on with this sound song sing.
So as you approach, if you get on the boat, as you approach the boat, you realize that this is all wood, like wood-ass wood, for the record. It's very dried out. It's very, when you walk across ancient wood, it starts to fall apart to a degree. You guys are much heavier than Greeny is. But it's staying together. It's like it was well built 1,000 years ago.
Sure.
Once you get to the ship, you can see sitting in a captain's chair behind a fancy wheel, like the whole 9 yards. There is just a little it appears to be a robot person. Much the same as we've seen the Sentinels. The main differences are this one has a beard, and it is wearing a pea coat. Like, totally disheveled, like falling apart pea coat. But this is the only one we've seen wearing, like, clothing.
Mm-hmm. Presumably this is, hold on. I'll remember the name. Nope.
Vision?
The one that...
Vision, yep.
Yeah, Vision.
Like, they are sitting in their chair. They are completely still. They have multiple succulent, vines coming out of them that look like they're supposed to be plugged into something, but there's nothing around you to plug in, and nothing around them to plug in. So, creeping vines crawling up walls? That has happened all over this room. It is just completely covered in vines looking for an outlet to plug into, with none around.
It's completely still?
Yeah, it's completely still. This guy's not moving. I think if you look closely, you'll see the vines moving by microscopic millimeters, but
Sure.
other than that, it is complete. I didn't want to call it completely still and then say something is technically moving.
Hello? Are you Vision? That's about what I expected.
The boat is ancient. It does not match anything that we've seen on the moon up till this point, except for the fact that it is covered with the dust. It does not share a design with the castle that we've seen. It does not share materials with the other buildings that we've seen.
Is it also wood-ass wood?
It is wood-ass wood. I do like that designation quite a bit. And it's just like Greenie just walks up to the side of the boat. It's just like, they haven't said anything since I woke up, but I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure it's gonna be fine.
They
they
almost look... Sorry, go ahead.
No, they always get up and tell us what to do sooner or later. I mean, this is a very long nap, but just keeps brushing off the dust. He's very small, and this is a very big dock.
Sure. You almost need a bigger broom, yes?
I think we need a bigger broom. Oh, I'll get there. It's never this much. This must be some kind of mistake. I must have slept longer than I expected.
Do you have another broom?
It's just like, there should be one below deck. I'm not allowed to go below deck, though.
Well, I heard you're not allowed to go below deck, but I can.
Just like,
We're going below deck.
he puts both of his hands over his mouth. He's just like, gasp. Yeah, so Nameless, like, you have to crawl around those vines that are taking over the cabin, but you do find a hatch that opens up and it lets you go below deck. Below deck smells like an onion cellar.
Like rotten onions?
Like, some of them might be a little rotten, but you also see, you know how people hang cloves of garlic?
Mm-hmm.
Underneath, like in onion bags, like very specifically the red netted onion bags, but imagine those are hammocks, are set up all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And like, they have long roots growing out of them trying to touch down into like soil, but there's no dust down here. There's no soil at all. So this place is just covered wall to wall with just onion roots. And sleeping onion heads. Or at least you think maybe they're sleeping. But it smells like onion down here. I didn't know we were going down here, so I didn't make a map for it. That's on me.
Alright. Do I see a broom and I can grab it and come out?
Roll me a d12. This is not whether or not you can find it. This is whether or not what happens when you're down there. All right. Oh, 7. 7 is adventure. All of these roots start quivering a little bit, Nameless, when you're down here. Because remember, the onions can eat anything.
Oh, right. I don't like this.
So you see a broom on the other side of the room, but you have to be very careful. How do you Mission Impossible yourself? But instead of lasers, it's onion roots that want to consume you.
I don't think Nameless would play this game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's just like, nope.
Like, nope. Yeah.
Nope. Nameless is like, I'm out. I'm done. He's on his own.
He just comes back to the deck. It's like, couldn't find the broom. Absolutely. Ivo, you see this humanoid creature sitting in a chair. It does have many vines growing out of its head, like out of those succulent petals. Is like right in the center of those is where all of the vines are growing out of, trying to like reach out. Just from a like preliminary look at it, it does appear to be organic in nature. You can tell that it seems to be trying to like reach out for a way of powering itself back up. What that power source is, you're not 100% sure, obviously, but you can make rolls. Renic, this is also what you see. Cat, it's also what you see. Except for you also see Nameless coming back out, like with a very like horrified look on his face.
See something you shouldn't have down there?
Yeah, I'm gonna relay to party what I saw.
Green is just down here brushing off the thing. It's like brush, 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 brush.
Greenie,
Yes. And he's like,
the people sleeping, are they sleeping below, or is this the barracks or the brig?
that we don't have. He like runs through his thoughts. He's like, brig, like a prison. No, we don't do that. Like those should be just on my compatriots. They're just sleeping in, I guess. It's like, I woke up out here, and he points to a spot on like next to the dock where he was in the sand, like where he pulled himself up from.
Would you expect they are just hungry?
I've never seen him sleep so long.
About how long have you been awake?
He's just like, I have been awake for 3 orbits.
How long? Do we know how long that is? Is that a unit of time that they have used before?
They have not, but I think you can infer that he woke up when the side next to the side you guys just came from got turned back on. So yesterday's game might have been 3 days ago for them.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. It's a units thing. That's not a hard problem.
He's like, can you wake them up?
Potentially. Let us see here. I would like to figure out what the guy here on the deck is like looking, like searching for, I guess. What kind of power source he's looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you could roll me 2d12. I think you could definitely roll me a d12. Ivo or Kat, do either one of you can think of a way to help Renic find out what's going on here?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think Kat was probably gonna walk to the end of the dock, grab some dirt, and put it near one of the searching vines just to see what happened.
And while they do that, can I like break off the lichen and throw it down the hatch to see if they'll feed on that?
Okay. First off, it does not react to the dust. Renic, can you give me 2d? Oh, also 2d. Ivo, I think you were starting to say something.
Oh, I was just gonna. Can I examine the body?
Absolutely. All right. So Renic, Ivo, and Kat, and Nameless, all 4 of you, give me a d12. We're gonna take the highest. 7's
Adventure.
fun. 7's fun.
2 sevens.
2 7.
But the highest is the 10.
The highest is the 10, but that's just for Nameless. You two will like be able to be studying. So, as you pile the dust up on the next to it, you do see the tendril start to like move a little bit, but like sweep it away. Like that is what it does not want. That it absolutely does not want that. Ivo, as you study it, I know you rolled a 3, but we're taking the 7, so like as you study this, you see the jacket that they are wearing is clearly from something else, something much, much bigger than him, like much, 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 much bigger than him, wore this at some point in time. It does have very like nautical pins on it, and like nautical in the way that you guys would recognize. Renic, Renic, you would recognize them. This is whale design.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking.
But it has been cut down over and over and over and over again to just like. Also, Ivo, that beard is not like real hair. It's not actually attached to it. It's like a fake beard that this person has put on purpose. They are. What if a robot was made out of a cactus? Is basically how I want to describe these guys to you. Like, if you cut them, they bleed situation, but they bleed like aloe. It is alive. It appears to be dormant right now, Ivo. Does have a little captain's hat, not on, but next to it. And Renic, it feels like these guys... This machine, like this guy, is detached from anything that it could plug into. Everything on this ship is not giving off energy. Right up until you see Nameless go outside, grab some of that lichen, and throw it downstairs.
Oh boy.
And like the roots will try to like get at that, but you already know that's not enough. Like you need to basically plug this thing into the moon. I'm not sure how you know that, but you got to do it.
Sure.
And yeah. So I think Greenie walks up behind Cat as like Cat's laying out the dust. Just like, oh no, the dust doesn't wake him up. The dust is just garbage, everybody. You got to feed it to the bins and the dells. She's like, oh, I could use a bin right now. They're a lot bigger.
Do they have the flapper things and they eat the dust?
Ah, you've
And
seen them.
They also eat the motes?
Motes are terrible. Don't let them get near you. They get on you and they don't go off until you fall asleep.
Yeah, I do not think I want to experience this. So yes, we have seen them.
I could use a bin. A bin could take care of this whole dock in no time. Sad whale calls.
Yeah. Too many things to do. There were some not too far away if you have any way to get them to help you.
Well, they'll normally just eat whatever they can find. Just like... How would you guys get a bin here?
Do we have anything to lasso one?
I imagine you definitely do.
You said they were the size of a Volkswagen Beetle, so
Sounds like you're riding one here.
hmm.
Could I try my string?
Yeah, I do not see why you guys couldn't. Like, if you guys just want to run back and like, so are we leaving him on the? Are we leaving Vision on the boat? Or are we trying to like?
I think having figured out that he needs to plug into the moon somehow, and he can't do that here on the boat, and presumably not on the water either, Renic is going to try and move him and take him where he might be able to.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So while you're doing that, Nameless and Ivo are gonna head off and try to get a bin. Are you guys taking the moon buggy, or are you leaving it with Cat and Renic?
They can have it.
So it's you two trying to hunt a bin. Heading back the way you two came, heading back the way all four of you came, but you see, like, there are you see two more, maybe the same two that stopped being frightened, as they are just scooping mounds of this dirt into their mouths, like, so much of it. I don't think we're seeing them poop. Don't worry about that.
But it wasn't until you said something.
I
Can
do
I
have
go up and try and pet one and see how skittish one of them is?
Yeah, roll me a d12. That's a tough choice. Okay. So you can. Here's your tough choice. Are they like they're very skittish, but you have something that they really want. I don't know what that is. You'll have to tell me. Or they are incredibly friendly, but you still have something that they really want. And like if they're friendly and really want it, then you're gonna have to keep giving it to them. And if they're skittish and they really want it, you just have to you know, figure out a way to give it to them.
Ivo, what do you think? I don't know. I don't know what I would have that they would really want.
It wouldn't be sand because they just already have all that. What would be a treat?
So all of this dust is information. It is like it is both dirt and pollinated information. So that's what they want. They love energy. Like everything on the moon loves energy because it's starting to wake up, or information. And they don't mind either. They'll eat both. So if you have anything magical, they love that too. They might like silver. I'm like, if you want to give them an appetite for silver, you can feed them some of your silver.
I'll try.
No, for sure. And they love it. Oh, wait. Dude, are they friendly or skittish? Nameless.
We're gonna go with friendly.
Okay.
Gotta keep giving it to them.
This little bin.
And how quickly are they eating it?
I I think it takes them a while. They ingest dirt most of the time, not silver. So like, I think it's slow going, like fruit by the foot style. And they're just nom, 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 nom. The other one sees it, gets jealous, starts walking over too.
Oh, but we don't have to feed that one. It's just gonna lure it in. Jackpot.
So you guys are
Can we
just-
like
Go ahead.
You know the like carrot on a stick type thing?
Yes, yeah, okay, hold on.
So there's just an ingot of silver on the end of a string dangling.
Yeah, and you can ride them.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't we? Okay, so we already took the mixed success. I don't think we need another roll right now. I think we can just let that one ride. Unless you guys want to roll to see like how much they love you guys. But you guys can both have one with a whole like stick with some silver thread in front of it. And you don't even need to hang anything. Just the silver thread's going to make them want it. Alright, not how I was expecting to solve that problem, but you guys can be on your way back to the dock with some bins. But let's talk about how we move in this guy. Alright, Renic, important, like, actually, you guys are over here. Important thing to think about, like, that Renic discovers, is this guy is heavy. Despite the fact he's only about 7 feet tall, and like humanoid in shape, like, they are so dense.
Sure. I mean, I have this wizard ability. This should let me deal with that.
Oh, is it pinch?
It is pinch. Yeah. You imbue your fingers with supernatural strength. For the next minute, you can effortlessly pick up and move objects of any weight as long as you can reasonably handle their size and shape. And he is approximately Renic's same size, so...
Huh.
Minutes, not a lot of time.
It's true. I don't want to continually do so, but I can spend 2 AP and do this thing.
Greeny puts his like broom down and just is like trying to push you out a path. He's like, okay, hold on. Okay.
So I think, like, in fiction, Renic draws out a chalk circle around the guy, and it, like, or around himself, and some things light up, and then he goes and just, like, picks him up.
Whee!
And then, I guess, dashes down the dock to the shore as fast as he can do so.
Absolutely. All right, so you get him right to the shore. You don't even have to worry about it. It just gets done. Is this map good? This map isn't. This map will do. So as you get him to the what's the next step? Like you get him to the shore. You did have to like when you raised him like that, his little like tendrils fell off of him. Like they were not attached like firmly. But they start to regrow immediately.
Sure. And I think the plan is to like put him just like down on the shore and see if the tendrils connect to anything by themselves, and if not, we will see if we can make it what's the word I'm looking for? Accommodate's not the word I'm looking for, but that's kind of what I mean, like find something that he can use to connect to the moon.
Absolutely. You see the tendrils come out, and like as they like to start to poke, as soon as they hit the dust on the ground, they stop.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Okay.
fortunately, there are some creatures on their way back that eat that.
Good news.
So I don't think he's too worried about it. He's just like, okay, we just have to wait a minute. It's fine.
Ivo just comes running back with a bin underneath her.
Excellent. Would one of you mind clearing off just a patch of the, well, I guess not the Earth, of the moon right here?
I was just like, oh, all right.
I have an idea. I'm hoping this will work.
The bin totally just listening to Ivo. It's just like, yeah, as long as you give me silver, I'll do whatever you want. Fuck yeah. Nom, 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 nom. And then Greenie's just like waving at Nameless. It's just like, hey, can you come help me with the dock? Like, I don't know if you need 2 of them over there.
Yeah,
know
I'm
you
gonna
had-
go.
I know you guys wouldn't give me 2. That's so great. Look how big they are.
Are they not normally this big?
Oh, not this big. They must have been eating a lot. It's like, oh. How does it get that big? I like Greenie suddenly in concern with the like the size of these two. But yeah, so Vision like connects to the planet and connects to the moon, and it happens pretty quickly. Where Renic, you start to hear mechanics whirring on, and I've explained it very much like the sound of central air kicking on in the background
Gotcha. Sure.
as Vision just looks up and tries to stand up all the way. And like it's just sitting up and just like, "Arr."
Hang on. Just take your time. Let your power cables regrow, I guess?
It's like there's a malfunction brewing. I can feel it in me bones.
What do you mean, a is that what this noise is?
It's just like, yes. It's just, I best be checking the systems before things go awry. And he goes to stand up and just falls right on his face.
Yep. Is he still active, or does he like yank himself out of the power socket and just
I
fall
think-
over?
He yanked himself out of the power socket, and then it's just like happening again. Like, it's just like, oh. And he's just like,
Yep.
hold on, I'm updating. I slept for a while, didn't I?
Yes, presumably. It looks like everyone has.
Something happened. Like, the world is not pollinating as it should. He's like, ah, you must be Lockstitch. And he puts his hand out to shake everybody's hand.
Yes, that is us. He shakes Vision's hand.
And he like looks at Renic. It's just like, amazing. 4 arms and 4 eyes.
Yes.
It's like, I never thought about adding more arms.
Let me tell you, sometimes it is very helpful and other times a huge inconvenience.
But then I wouldn't be able to fit in my jacket.
Exactly.
It's just, and you're riding on a, that's a giant bin. Why is that bin so large? And what are you feeding it?
Silver?
Be careful with
Don't
that.
know
The
why it's
dells.
this big though.
It is massive. They must have been eating 1,000 times worth of their food easily. Be careful with that silver, though. The dells have gained a taste for metal recently. Ridiculous explorers coming to Luna. Looks over at Cat. Oh, hello there. And sticks out their hand to shake your hand.
I'll shake his hand. I have a question. How long have you been asleep that you know who Lockstitch is?
Oh, according to my records, I have been inactive for over 1,000 of what you would call years. But the rest of them have met, and some of the others have met you. Fancy speaks highly of you.
Is it a hive mind? A collective?
It is an information share.
A network?
It is a network, yes.
Cool.
They are happy that you call it cool. That is Vision saying it for everybody else. Like Figment, Mirage, Fancy, and Daydream all are happy that you called it cool. It's just like, it does appear that we are experiencing some big problems. And it's like, the balance is completely off, and it appears that one of our sides is inactive. He's talking to himself a lot. He's like, yeah, okay, I'll ask them. Yeah.
Sides?
It's like, oh, Daydream has explained it to me that you all were going to be getting the dark side of the moon back up and running. Very excellent. I see you have it all well within hand. It's just like, I might need to sleep a little bit. But you guys have this one, right? You guys got it? Vision does not know that you do not know what's wrong.
We can definitely try, but you will have to give us more directions than just. You have got this, yes?
Goes back, stands back up, sees Nameless, helping Greenie. It's like, excellent, my ship. Just like, and he looks at the chords, he's like, I won't be able to do it on my own.
We will help you. You just have to tell us what we are doing.
Excellent. We need to reboot the volcano.
I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure I heard you say you need to reboot the volcano.
Of course.
That can't be right. That seems preposterous.
We are the garbage side of the moon. We do not take it hard. We are not garbage. We just deal with the garbage. It's a very important role.
Huh. Is the volcano supposed to be the furnace?
Yes.
Huh.
There's something wrong, though. I think that... And he's just like... He looks up. They all look up when they're, reading their messages thing. It's just like, something is trapped in the volcano. It's like, it'd be terrible if we have to let it go. I mean, if something gets hurt. But we need to reactivate that, or else the bins are just gonna get larger. You can only store so much in your bin. Do you have a way to get over there, or do you need my ship?
Presumably we cannot just walk across the lake, so...
Oh, you can.
It's non-Newtonian?
Yeah, it's like you just have to. You can never stop. If you stop, you sink.
Hmm.
Who can run for 80 miles? Oh no.
We do got a moon buggy.
Oh, snap.
Also, the lily
See-
pads can't hold you guys up, but like you would have to jump from one to another. And the jumping, if you missed, that is,
It took us time to get here, right? We can't
Yeah.
just pop back to the ship. Okay.
Oh no, you could pop back if you guys wanted something. It's just gonna make it more dangerous. This is a timed thing. Like the
Sure.
yeah. But yeah, you guys could go back to the ship. I'm fine with that.
I mean, I have a motorcycle that once it's in a direction, I can click a button and it will just keep going.
This is fair. You and Akana both have the inertia cycles.
I think the buggy should go fast enough that as long as we do not have to stop, it won't sink.
I am worried that we will have to stop. Things never go according to plan.
True.
Might we borrow your ship to make this journey?
Of
I
course.
thought the ship wasn't functional.
It's like that. It's just he turns and looks at it. He's just like, oh no. Well, are you good gardeners?
Not I.
Moon buggy.
Sounds like the buggy is the answer.
I'm also
Just I
fine
need
with
to
like
admit it.
your motorcycle being here as well. Like I'm fine with that.
Sure. I mean, I will take that. I have my motorcycle, which I can use to transport myself and perhaps one more. As long as one of you can ride backpack. I mean, I feel like this is now a reasonable plan. It's just, like I say, things never go according to plan. So we should have backup.
This is when we see Ivo's like bin is just like water beetling itself on top of the water to eat as much of the dirt as it can.
Oh, well, maybe.
I think we have backup.
It would appear we do.
Greenie is currently Nameless's best friend, as the entire deck is super clean and is very excited about it. It's like, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. This thing is really big though. Like
Can
the
I
bin
just-
go ahead.
I was gonna ask if I could teach them how to ride the bin, so that way I don't have to pay more.
Ah, sweet. Yeah, roll me 2d12 and take the higher. Yeah, an 8 is a success. You have to leave some silver with it, though. What do you have that's silver? Do you have just some, like, silver wire that we use? Or do you have silver coins, maybe?
Yeah, let's go with silver coins.
Like he holds it, he's just like, ah, yes. My friends on the other side talk about this. She's like, this is currency. So I pay the bin 1 silver, and it does work. Like, nice. I think we all would like the camera shows a little capitalism spirit.
Of course it does.
Don't worry, Krieg made him this way yesterday. This is not
Okay, good.
Nameless's fault. This is not your fault. This is 100% Krieg did it
Remember that,
yesterday.
everybody. Krieg's fault.
You can't make them silver, sadly. Alright, so while driving off to the volcano,
Yeah, adventure.
adventure. Nameless is on the Doom buggy, on the moon buggy. Cat's on the moon buggy. Ivo, are you gonna try to ride your little beetle guy, or are you gonna get on the moon buggy? Or go ahead.
It's backup, right?
Oh, he'll follow you on the moon buggy or on the motorcycle if you want. This thing is really quick. It'll keep right up.
Oh, I'll just stay on it then.
All right.
At least this way, if one goes down, we do not all go down.
Right. So let's all roll me a d12 to get to the volcano, shall we?
Oh no.
Sweet.
Oh. Oh.
For Renic is the only one that rolled a tough choice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Renic, as we're going along the this water, I don't think it doesn't splash. I think that is a very important thing to mention. It does not splash away from you guys because you're going. Like, there's no problem. Like, the motorcycle goes, and as long as
Sure.
it goes, you're fine. Your tough choice is going to be, it takes a little longer than we wanted it to, and the volcano begins to rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Or the fact that the motorcycle has metal components to it is going to be a problem. Like, you're going to start to see dells rising out of the water around you, trying to snap at your motorcycle.
You know what? The volcano can start to rumble.
All right. Yep. Not gonna,
I like
not
my
gonna,
motorcycle.
not chance on the motorcycle. All right,
Not a chance. I don't know where I can get another one.
that's fair. That
Yeah,
world
your
doesn't
cat
even
cycles?
exist anymore.
Oh wait,
Cat motorcycles do work. Cat does have motorcycles and does sell motorcycles. The problem is
they're not the special kind.
not the special kind. Like, this special. Don't get me wrong, but
These, like he said, these came from Liminal, which doesn't exist anymore.
and Cat, with your 12, like, how is this moon buggy just perfect for these waters? Like, absolutely amazing. Like, this thing controls better on these waters than it does on land.
Very strange. Let's see. The tires that I used for it were wide tires off of dirt bike style bike, so they have really high tread that act as paddles that are gripping the thick water.
Get that grippy
And-
water.
The grippy water is they grip the gelatin better and make the steering very sharp. So the rear tires are pushing the thing forward very quickly because there's a lot of grip, and the front tires have very sharp turning because the tread design.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Nameless, this is going great. You've got the wind in your feathers, like, you're just having the most fun. With a
Well,
7, what's that?
I was just like, but ...
Oh no, because you rolled a 7. Like, you've got, like, what do you see on these waters that Nameless is incredibly interested in? like-
Mhm.
It can be a
Are they-
plant. It could be whatever you want.
Does the like water see through it all, or is it?
Oh,
not?
absolutely. Like, and the fact that it's not rippling, you guys can basically see all the way to the bottom.
I feel like there should be some kind of cool fish type creature that we see following us.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. We're getting followed by a fish. Let's just. It's a fish I got.
Don't you dare quarry.
Wait, what was he doing? What am I-
We're not getting the fishing gear out. We're not getting distracted. We have a volcano to reboot.
Right? So the guy need to fix that volcano.
It's my adventure, and if I want a fishing pole, I'm getting a fishing pole.
He already has a fishing pole on him because they were using it to bait the bins.
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Here we go. Nice.
Yeah. See, we're totally trolling as we're skidding across the water.
Oh, absolutely. And you catch it. Like, Nameless, you've got it on the hook. I don't think it's. Do you want it to? How big do you want it to be?
We better do twice as big as the boogie.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's on the hook.
This won't go wrong at all.
Absolutely not. Ivo, you little bin fellow, is having just a great time. It's just like it's following exactly where you want it to go. It doesn't even seem like it needs to eat the silver. It just loves the silver, like almost like the magnetic quality of it. Just the taste that it makes the air around it. So it is just as satisfied being led as it is eating it. So I think this guy is a friend that you can call upon as long as you're on the moon. You don't need to
Oh
name
yeah, I'm
the
keeping
bin,
him.
but you can name the bin. He's a good guy. He's a little fella.
Sherbert. His name's Sherbert.
Oh, okay, all right.
Got it in one.
Yep, immediately. Like, that is the name of that creature, Sherbert. You all get to the volcano. First thing we have to figure out is, are we reeling in this giant fish?
Yeah, I totally want to get sidetracked and try and reel it in. For what purpose? We haven't gotten there yet.
Listen, Renic's normally not on Team Lick It, but this is a new kind of meat, presumably.
This is a new kind of meat. All right.
Am I rolling to see if I get it?
Yeah, go ahead. You roll me a d12. Then Renic, you roll me a d12, and Kat, you roll me a d12 because you're on the moon buggy. So let's just pull this thing up. That'll do it. But yeah, all right. 2 successes so far. 3 successes. All right.
Oh yeah, we got it.
You all pull this thing out of the weird gelatinous water. And as it lands on the beach of this volcano, it just flops a couple of times and then just like goes, sticks its tongue out like, eh. So you don't even have to kill it. Like, X's go over its eyes immediately.
All right.
And Renic, because you rolled a success, this is going to be wild to you. Upon seeing it, like up close,
We gotta
every
roll raised by 1.
oh, absolutely, everything about it is telling you that this is food.
Hmm.
Like it smells like food, even if it doesn't smell like a food that you recognize.
Right.
Like all of the pollination effects of the moon up close, its scales are basically binary saying that just like prey animal, prey animal, prey animal.
Interesting. Okay.
But it is large. Quite large. Does not have teeth.
We did not bring any of the locals with us, did we?
You did not bring any of the locals with you.
Great. Well, I am excited, but also, well, I know the bins were larger than they were supposed to be. Maybe they are not supposed to be this size, the fishes. Otherwise, I hate to see what preys upon this.
There's always a bigger fish.
We did it! Roll credits, everyone!
Also, I do not know what we are going to do with this fish, or how we are going to do anything with it. We are getting sidetracked. We need to reboot the volcano.
Volcano rumbles. So, like, you guys are on the volcano. Here's the bowl of the volcano.
Oh,
It
we'll
is
find out, Caustic.
like the volcano is quite a ways across. Let me like move us to this map so we can like look at it. It is about a 10-mile like pool, like circular pool of water. And this close, you know exactly where those sad sounds are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So we should put it down,
Why would we do this?
because then it won't be sad anymore.
Or we could just get it out.
Or okay, we got a backup plan.
This whale is in almost like not enough water to cover its back. It's 10 miles wide situation, but like it can't even dive in this stuff. A lot of this water is covered in the dust that we are familiar with at this point and the lily pads, but the back of this whale is completely coated in that dust as well.
They said something was caught in the volcano, right? Is that presumably that's what this is?
Yeah, presumably that's what this is.
Didn't we talk to the whale in space?
Oh, those whales, yeah.
Okay, not the same thing though.
Not the same. We have seen another whale very similar to this one, especially Ivo has, that are just like, there is a celestial whale that was hanging out in the celestial sea that is very similar to this guy. But imagine if like 1,000 years, like, well, Renic knows. Renic is in this exact same experience
Yeah.
thing. Language evolves.
Yeah.
You probably
I mean,
can't pinch a whale, can you?
No, it is too large. Unfortunately. And I do not believe it is. It is too large for me to pinch and too large for me to stretch in reverse. Can any of you communicate with it by chance? I am on team get it out.
Was that another crew member that has that ability to talk to things?
I think there's a lot of you that have abilities to talk to things.
I do not.
I don't think you do. I don't know.
Yeah.
You have commune. It's like
That's
you can give it a shot.
Yeah.
Alan folks.
I love the idea of letting Nameless be the one that's doing the talking for you.
I don't think I have. No, I have to have speak, don't I? I get, but that presumes that they understand it. I think I have naturalist scrolls too.
Before you spend any of your scrolls, everything on the moon has not talked. When people like talk to animals, they do not respond the same way. It's like talking to a machine most of the time. And I just don't want you guys to spend your scrolls to learn things that we've already learned.
Yeah. Okay, I have one more question. Kind
Yeah,
of
for
on
sure.
well, it's similar. Is this also gel water or is it liquid water?
It does look like gel water. Like this thing is moving around in it, but it really does. It's that sad scene of a fish in too shallow of water,
Mm-hmm.
but also jello. But Ivo, can you give me 2d12 as like, I know you're not a whale doctor, but why are you a bad doctor?
You know, I think it's because y'all always send me to non-medical missions.
This is true. It's just like you don't get to be trained as being a doctor. 6 is a tough choice, but it's still like gonna be a tough choice. Like so okay. I will give you a tough choice. Do you want to learn a little bit about it? What would you like to learn about it? And then I will tell you what the bad thing is you are running out of time. Like you guys feel this whole volcano shaking up and some of the water drains a little bit more from the pool that down here. But what is something that you would like to know? I will answer truthfully about this creature.
Is it also made out of plant? Like moon plant?
It does not appear to be made out of moon plants. This appears to be an actual creature. I think all 4 of you can get a question if you want. I won't count that as like your only question right there, Ivo, either. So, like this is you guys studying it from the coast, basically. Just for the record, the bin that you're riding on also doesn't appear to be moon plant, but it does eat the detritus. But it's not plant either.
How strong are the bins?
I'd
Say
say
if they were pulling something.
easily like an ant compared to its size situation. It doesn't have much in the way of offensive like things, but its flippers will like move itself pretty well. Thinking about like connecting a tow hook hitch to it.
Yeah.
Okay, are we restarting the volcano or figuring out how to fill it a bit so the whale, or get the whale out?
Vision
go
said that we needed to reboot the volcano and that there was something stuck in it. I believe we are presuming, at least I am presuming, that this whale is what is stuck, and the water is draining every time things rumble. That is probably the problem.
I wonder if the whale can't move. Does the water need to be drained?
Is good question.
Yeah, I'll use that as the answer. Kat, you can see the fact that the water lines, you can tell it's not supposed to be full of water.
So maybe
Like-
the whale is blocking the drain.
There's a very good chance that the drain down there is being blocked by the whale.
It's interesting.
But if the whale completely gets out of the way, then all the water is going to drain and it's going to be all like flopping around down there.
It's obviously bigger than the drain.
It is bigger than the drain. Nameless, you do see there are some things around you telling you that this is a machine. They look significantly more organic than any of the machines that we use. But I think, Nameless, you can find a control panel based on your time with Foley and Timothy, like on their ship. And you just straight up see the fact that it's just like, oh no, like there's a bunch of buttons that you cannot read, but you can infer. And it's just like, that one throws it all away. And it's like one of those like aperture opening symbols. And I think there's a thing next to it that looks like a garbage disposal button. Probably knows consoles too, but like it was Nameless asking the question.
So, is everyone else paying attention that I've discovered the consoles?
Guys, this is like a serious question. Do we think that you guys keep an eye on Nameless at all times? Or when he wandered over, was nobody watching him?
That was not. Too busy pondering the whale.
I think Renic is intending to keep an eye on everyone at all times, but has missed it trying to solve this problem.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how much rope it would take. She's still on that rope idea.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. All right, Nameless, what are you doing?
I'm hitting the garbage disposal button.
I do it.
The whole thing starts to rumble. The water goes down another level, and it's like a bit more. It's like you all suddenly become incredibly aware that a button was pressed, though. And it just starts getting hot, everyone. This whole area begins to start to slowly glow. The rocks down here first are turning like a dull orange into red slowly.
Oh, that's not good.
Nope.
How much
not
rope do
at
you
all.
have? We might need to try that towing thing.
I just have my magic string. It might work. It held down a lippy crab before.
That is true. This thing is I mean, it's bigger than a lippy crab, but like, it's not going to be fighting against it if you just drag it.
I mean,
You have a heavy object and force
Well-
going against you.
I have an idea. Sorry, I have an idea. I can potentially make it weigh a lot less, so that it should be easier to tow out of here. If not, just fly out entirely. In
TikTok.
fact, I don't think we have time yet. So Renic is going to like try and jump down on top of it.
What?
Love it.
Yep. And I am going to attach my slap-on jets to the whale.
Oh man, Renic's going to fly a whale out of this.
That's the idea.
Alright. Roll me a d12.
Yep. Let's see. Do I want to do anything else here? You know what? I'm going to spend 4 AP and roll a d6 instead.
Alright. So we need, what is it? 4, 5, and 6 are success. 2 and 3. No.
Mine says 1 is a catastrophe, 2 is a failure, 3 and 4 is a mixed success, 5 is a success, 6 is a triumph.
Excellent. That is perfect.
Hey.
Like, absolutely. So, that is very successful. Like, you get those strapped right on there. It starts boosting it out of the way. Kat and Ivo, you both see from the shore that Renic is doing everything that he can, and he's being really successful with it. But that drain has like got this whale suctioned to it, and we're gonna need a little help pulling it out in order for Renic to be able to, like, the second it gets loose, it flies the fuck out of here, but we need to get it loose first.
We can either strap a rope to the back of the buggy or try and pull it with the little thing there, the bin. Which do you think might work a little better?
Can you
think
just
the
do
bin-
both?
You can do both. We got enough rope?
I think so. Ivo makes it magically. Do you make it magically, or do you just have a lot of it?
I make it magically.
There we go.
Okay, we got plenty then.
So both of you give me a 12-sider, and we will take the highest. Please don't both roll ones. That'd be very sad. A 7 is
Well.
very fun.
Adventure.
Mine didn't show. But I rolled an 8.
Yeah, so we got a 7 and an 8. You guys managed to, like, pull this thing clean out. And Renic, we've all seen Free Willy, right? This is kind of the opposite. Instead
I mean,
of
someone in the chat said just airlift it out, like 15 minutes ago.
It's like, right, and that works just fine.
Get in, losers. We're going shopping.
Come on, guys. It's just Renic flying the fucking whale across the moon.
I mean, I don't know where it's excuse me. I don't know where this is supposed to go, so I'm going to put it down here.
once it takes to the air, Renic, you see all that dust blowing off of its back, and it begins to glow. Is not the wrong word, but it's not the right word.
Mhm.
What do I have?
We have a bioluminescent whale.
Ah, here we are. Let me just get this one on the screen here.
Yeah, see, same brain, Caustic.
Ooh, fancy.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Oh, it
Can't believe you
glimmers.
guys almost mulched that.
And it, like, once it's in the sky, you see it, like, shake off that dust. And then, like, it is just flying, like, it's using your rockets, but it doesn't need to.
Oh, great.
And the first thing it does is dive straight at this pool of water.
Okay, great. I'm gonna try and collect my rockets and get off. Well,
Yeah, you rolled a
Yeah.
perfect 6. You can get those and get off.
yeah.
For the rest of you, this volcano thing is beginning to fill with a superheated gelatin. Wait, hold on. My bad.
Hold on, wait.
Sorry, I was holding on the wrong button. I forgot about an important thing. Ivo and Kat, did you disconnect your cords?
I was going to say when Kat would notice the thing take flight, she hopped off the seat and cut the wire, cut the rope.
No, okay. And Ivo
Same.
can just do it with her teeth.
Yeah.
Lost the whale again. There's so many tokens. I gotta get better at making the tokens their exact size and not like a giant border around them. I'm sure some of you have experienced my giant borders around the tokens.
In my experience, that's hard to do with Roll20.
Really is. So, this place is filling up with a superheated gelatin. Instead of the water that was there, and you just see it the second the gelatin touches the your Renic's motorcycle is gonna be fine. As soon as it touches the succulents, they just like burst into flame for a moment and then are just incinerated. Like all of these lily pads that are down there, gone. All the dust that was on like the top of the water is burnt away instantly. With a pleasant smell though. Almost like incense burning.
I mean, where's Nameless during all of this?
Standing at the buttons.
I would assume by the feeling the warmth that I'm running away from it.
Just like, bye!
Cat's looking around like, is this supposed to be filling up like this?
Probably not. You should leave.
It's just like, I'm on a whale!
Where's the button you pressed? I want to do it again. It seemed to make it drain.
You don't have time.
Do we not?
You can take a look at the console real fast if you want to on your way out. Oh, I don't know what the moon's version of thumbs up green light is. But yeah, like Nameless did in fact restart the volcano. as now it is filling with this gelatin, and you see it, Ivo and Kat, like as you're like watching it fill up, as it's taking in this dust, like it is expanding. For every tiny bit of dust it like gets, it goes a little bit more, which is definitely leading you to believe that there's about to be a big ol' eruption.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Nameless is like, I told you, Nameless is just Looney Tunes running across the water.
Yes.
As long as you don't stop, you're fine.
Don't plan on it.
Alright, and Renic, you're just like jumping off of the whale?
Yeah, probably. I mean, like, I don't have a lot of other options.
Oh, you got your little like slap rockets. Can you slap them on yourself?
I can only do that once per
That's right.
session.
I did make that clear, didn't I? Alright, you three, you see, as you get off that volcano, as it begins doing the whole drooling down, it's like, not magma, but not magma. For all intents and purposes, it's as hot and as dangerous as magma, so... Like, the whale splashes into the water, which again, doesn't actually splash.
So it just
It
bloops.
bloops.
Yeah, just bloop. Like the water kind of like splits itself apart a little bit as it like goes into it. And you all see Renic just falling from the sky. To be fair, he is falling at the water that we know is like probably safe for him to land in, but then there's just a million of the little dells. They're all just like, hey, does he got metal?
Are they already down, or am I falling beforehand?
Oh, you're still falling. Like you can see these three underneath you. Nameless running on bird feet.
Mhm.
Cat on their like moon buggy, and Ivo riding on Sherbert.
That's fine. I can see the moon buggies, so I'll spend 1 AP and blink to it.
Just like teleport to the moon. Just
Yep.
Nightcrawler it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, see, Caustic, same brain. I was making sure I had to be able to see.
Then you guys just see Greenie coming down. You see Greenie coming on the motorcycle. I got it!
Oh, thanks!
You're welcome! And they crash into the deck.
Well,
Motorcycle's fine. How do I stop?
push the orange button!
I'm gonna roll to see if he stopped.
Nope.
Oof.
All right.
The good
Renic,
news
can
is
you
I
roll
brought
me?
plenty of spare parts.
Excellent. Renic, can you roll me a 12-sided so I figure out where the where your motorcycle wound up on the moon?
Can.
9. All right, give me 1 second. I gotta go check.
It's a 1, Vala. Alan rolled a 1. Fine. We just have to find it again.
Just me looking at this 12-sider that we used to base all the numbers off of.
Yeah.
Okay, so Greenie is on the dark side of the moon. Everybody.
Great.
Oh man. All right, hold on. I think if I've done this math right, let me take a look with the game signups and everything.
Fine. It has my name on it.
It does have your name on it. Don't worry. Nobody else is gonna steal it from you. Well,
Anyone-
I have amazing news for you because the people that will be finding your motorcycle do not have a necessary need for it because Akana, Flynn, Katori, and Ento are going to be
Great.
the team that find your motorcycle, which is the second to last game.
Perfect.
Poor Greenie. It's a rescue mission now. Good luck, everybody. Poor Greenie.
Poor Greenie.
Vision's
sorry.
just like, no, I loved him.
There are plenty more on your ship. Not that they are replaceable.
Let's go back to his ship for a moment. Not you, Greenie. You're not there.
Onions are people too.
I'm not saying they're not, but there are. He has a whole lot on his ship that just need to be woken up, I think.
Vision's just like, I'm not much. He is looking down his hatch when you guys return. He's just like, I'm not much of a gardener. How do I get them up?
I believe. Wait, did we ever address what happened when somebody threw the sheet of lichen down there?
Oh man, Nameless did. Like, there's multiples of them. They're just up and awake. They're like, hey, what's up? Hi. They're actually very groggy. They're like, oh. Very like, I don't have a lot of extra ones. I'm gonna have to use tokens I've already used.
They're just all greeny.
It's like walking up like, yeah. It's like, cabin boy here to help. I'm so tired. Not Scalix though. I'm not using another one of him. We already know him too well. Like they are immediately starting to get to work on these cutting the ship free. We can't sail.
No, but that's is that not what Nameless threw down to them to eat?
Mm-hmm. They're gonna gather it up and like start to eat it too.
Perfect.
Vision's just like standing on the dock, like now more charged. He's got his hands on his hips and he's just like, ah, you smell that fresh air as like the volcano is pluming smoke.
Are you going to be okay if when that erupts?
Ah, it's just like, it's our system. It'll erupt and then it will go into the water because the volcano might get marginally bigger. Based on how long we've been out, it'll probably get a lot bigger. But it doesn't generally like get this far. We should be quite safe. We might want to move our boat just in case.
It seems like a good plan.
It's like, hello,
No,
madam, with the bin. Do you think you could get your bin to do something about this?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Excellent. I've never seen anybody tame a bin before.
Well, you can no longer say this.
I would like to say it though. He's just like, you guys have done it. You have done what the what this side asks of it. But if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask him while we're getting it done. They cannot remember everything yet. We only have we don't even have half of it up, so they are still basically running in safe mode. So they can tell you the fact that they got turned off, and the moon stopped moving about 1,000 years ago. That's information that we have already like been made aware of. But if you guys have questions, go ahead and ask him. I will answer them.
Can you tell me about where this coat came from?
We've had much trade over, like, in the past, I suppose, many kinds of people would visit us on the moon, or on Luna. They would come and they would trade with us, and we would give information. And there were these large folks, very large, much larger than yourselves, even though you're pretty much even bigger than the bin. It's just
Yes,
like
I've
as
seen.
far. And he reaches into his coat pocket and he pulls out a very old like picture. And he's like, "Oh, it's been a while." And he shows you him hanging out with 5 other whales that are at least 100 feet tall, and
Mhm.
they're all giving thumbs up.
Are they any that I recognize?
Yes, 1,000% yes. You recognize a really grizzly one, and then you
Great.
recognize like his first in command.
Yep.
Let me put them on screen.
Hmm.
They said when they came to visit that they were looking for a small ship that was shaped like a shellfish. They had something to tell them.
Did they share what that thing was with you by chance?
They were going. He tries to like bring up the memory. There was something, and then a group came and got all the shrimp riled up. Oh, not shrimp. They got all the Dells riled up. The Dells attacked their ship. I hope they made it okay. Like then he stops and thinks, "That's one of my last memories." She's like, "But they made these fantastic ships," and he motions to his. "I hope those whales survived everything just fine. I'd be very sad to learn that their ship was torn apart by a meteor storm." Spoiler alert, we saw their ship was torn apart by meteorites while we were
Yeah.
coming out here.
Don't tell
No,
them.
it is the Bismarcky.
There are more than one ship in their fleet. I promise you that.
Oh, well. We should go investigate. When we can fly around again.
Vision's eyes just like light up, literally light up. It's
Mhm.
just like, I would be most interested in what you would find.
So would I at this point.
Fancy thinks I'm weird because I like to travel. But I think Fancy's weird because they stay in one place their whole life. Feeling of the fresh moon air in my face. Rustling my petals. I like this coat quite a bit.
It suits you quite well.
Thank you. And he tugs on his beard in such a way that's just like to draw attention to it, but also like, I have this is mine.
But we established earlier it had just been like glued on, right?
Yeah, it's just like somehow like stuck onto his face. We're not even sure what kind of like hair that is.
Yeah. Do any of the rest of you have questions?
Can't think of anything.
Yeah,
Probably
it's
do.
Go ahead.
I said probably do, but can't think of anything.
So Visions is like, according to my data, you all are going to see Wim next time. Wim is the next side sentinel. It's like, you'll like Wim. Wim's great. She's like, do any of you know any games?
know any games? Cannot think of any in particular.
Whichever party you send out to meet Wim, you should let them know that they should have a game. Wim likes games.
Physical game or something you play with a group?
Anything you can play.
Anything you can play.
Oh, you know, I've heard of this game. It uses these strange polyhedral dice, and you play a different person.
A different person. They introduce Dungeons and Dragons to the moon.
Yeah, we're recursing.
It's like, oh, can I play you?
I'm not sure I like the context of where that question comes from.
I am Renic. Little onions like form little circles. It's just like I'm going to be the bin. Sherbert. I want to be a rock, and they just sit there silently.
I clap my hands. Congratulations, you're doing a fine job.
I love how supportive you all are towards these little onion people. Like, everybody always answers them like, we've got your back, buddy. They're just little balls of anxiety. Little bulbs of anxiety.
That's next on my list. I just didn't want to talk the whole time.
I mean, yeah, if you got another questions or anything, you guys can go ahead. No, go ahead.
So we found what was... I mean, you obviously saw me fly it back out here. There was a whale stuck in the top of the volcano. Do you know anything about this?
They get in there sometimes when there's not a lot of, not allowed to dispose. Like, sometimes it fills up, on down times. But we've got too much work. I'm surprised it couldn't fly itself out of there.
It seemed to be stuck in the drain in the top. We fix it.
Oh, well, thank you. And he's like, it's like, I'm sure the controls are quite difficult for you not being used to them.
I did not see these controls. But it's not that difficult, I'm sure. Did one of you see a control panel?
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about with a control panel.
I did catch a glimpse of one, but I don't... Not enough to tell you anything about it.
Maybe it just entered auto reset mode or something.
One thing I noticed the water in the volcano seemed to accelerate and grow when it touched the dust.
Of course, that's that is our what's the word? Disposal system. It will consume any of the inert data, any unnecessary data, and then it'll convert it into heat. And then they put their vine hand up and do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing, and then you see a massive eruption behind you.
Oh, guys, don't look at explosions.
I love production value when you can get it to work. And you see it start landing, the data lands in places and becomes those lily pads. It's like, oh, that's a lot of it this time. It's just like, oh, this is gonna be a lot of work for the bins. It's just like, that explains why the bins are so big. This is like, he looks over at Ivo. If you don't mind, could you not let that thing eat any creatures if you see them? Please just feed it dust.
I'll try to keep it distracted with silver, but no promises.
Oh, no, of course. I wouldn't expect a... Creatures are creatures. It's just like, oh, I think like these guys have finally stopped pretending to be rocks and pretending to be a bin and have gotten the ship free enough that it can like move to the coast. Because that needs to be done safely. It also strangely changed my background colors when I did that.
Huh.
Vision is going to sleep. Like, he's like, I am gonna... And he's like, oh, seed stones. And he, like, reaches down and grabs all the inert ones and just kind of like, why can't I hold all of these lemons style, carry them back to his boat? He's like, we might need these. The whales really like these.
The celestial whales or the whales that flew in?
The whales that flew in very much like these. They were telling me about this one person that they met one time. He had like a fluffy collar on, and he had a spear that he used to store information with. The whales were very interested in that.
I have one of those stones.
Well, you did do us a solid. He grabs one and hands it to you. Upon holding it, it is, and I'll explain it the same way I explained it to other people. It is devoid of basically anything. It is similar to null metal in the way that null metal is empty of magic. This is empty of information, and it feels like it wants to like devour anything. It is, while you hold it, you can I don't know how to explain it, but you feel it like discerning the tactile information of you touching it. It's like it is becoming aware of you touching it and recording you touching it. Although it is not sentient, but it is saving that data.
Now I'm kind of curious what if it would have any effect on that the corrupted arm. That would be
Maybe.
interesting.
We can study that for sure.
Oh yeah, we'll put that aside for later.
Just Cat gets a binary arm.
Eh.
Alright, so you see Vision plug himself back in now that his ship is like anchored. They throw an anchor out onto the beach that is just one of those long vines, and it plugs itself into the beach. Vision is sitting down. The rest of them are starting to take the lichen downstairs and feed it to the rest of the crew. Right. And with that, I think, I mean, if you guys have like any last minute questions or anything, like Vision is like, he's very tired. Vision is the only one that we've met thus far that identifies as he/him.
Well, yeah, it's the beard.
It's the beard. He really wants to be like, he wants to be a salty old sailor. That's what he wants. He thinks it's a very cool thing to be. Reba, go ahead.
Should have sent some different crew members to come talk to him then.
Just... That is the fun with the open sign-up situation. Like, I know what all of these guys are, but they're hilarious. I love them all.
Can you imagine if Ento came to see him?
Right? If Ento met with... It's still very possible because he moves around the world. He does not stay on his side.
Gotcha.
Like, and that is a fun thing to learn because they are all in charge of their side, and most of them stay there. But some of them don't like it. Don't like to stay in their in one spot. Also, some of them like to make friends. Daydream and Vision love the alliums. They think they're great. But yeah, you all turned it on. You figured out how to turn the moon's garbage dump back on, everyone. But it's
Garbage
incredibly
collector is working again.
right. It's an incredibly important part of the thing. Like it's where all that ash is supposed to go. Not ash. All that dust is supposed to go.
We can allocate more memory now. Garbage collector's working.
Exactly. Like literally exactly that. Like once we brush off all of this useless information, they can start remembering useful information. Because they're just going to remember every piece of dust is like a thing that says it's just like inactive. So if you've got a billion things telling you side inactive, you can't really think of anything else.
Yeah.
And this is Alan with absolutely no knowledge of how computers work. Trying to make this up as I go. So
I mean, you're not wrong.
I thought I was close enough that it counts. It's like, wait till we get into something that I really don't know about. Thank you all for telling me it makes sense. That is very encouraging. I am also a little onion guy that needs constant support. Well, let me put Vision on the map now.
Oh. I mean, I have a question for like you as the DM.
Yep. Absolutely, go for it.
Does his ship do more than just like sail in the water? Because none of these things are connected, or at least appear to be connected.
His ship does do more than sail in the water.
Okay.
Like, his ship it can fly, but it can only land in water.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's not like it flies like you guys' ship. It can't go into the atmosphere, but like he could go to from one pond to another. So anywhere you see water, Vision can be.
Great.
He's also very much looking forward to the gala. And they all just keep saying that, but not being clear on what the gala is about. Right?
We'll get it
Fantasy.
eventually.
Computers can be anything. So with that, 1 second, let me check on Nika.
It's a power PC. It's not even an Apple. It's weirder.
It runs on DOS, but not Microsoft DOS.
I scared Nika. We do not know the dress code for the gala. And we won't know it until we play the next game, because Whim is the one that that will set the tone for the gala, and that is Tomb Squad's game. The next game, they got to go to the gazebo and talk to Whim. But we got to turn Whim on first. So nobody, including me, knows the dress code yet. Alright. Nika's here, it's switching the screen for us, so... So yeah, we've got a moon buggy that works really well, especially on water, turns out. We saved the moon whale from getting evaporated by the volcano with all the bad information, despite trying to like throw it down the garbage disposal. We made friends with a little onion dude named Greenie. He is currently driving a motorcycle to the dark side of the moon with no control over it. We met Vision, who wants to be a salty sailor. We know that Vision and the other Sentinels were on at least speaking terms with the whales from before. We know Ivo has a giant beetle friend named Sherbert. They are a creature called a bin. They are larger than they should be. But it is really good friends with Ivo. So that is as long, and Vision doesn't want Ivo to feed it any other creatures. But that is yet to be seen whether that'll happen. Oh. What else did we learn today, guys? Oh no, cheap views.
I mean, that's most of what we learned, I think.
That is like most of what happened, just all like condensed down. Also we know that
Oh, the shrimps are bad. They eat
oh
metal.
yeah, the shrimps eat metal. We know that the Dells eat metal.
And I'm taking one back to the ship.
And there's a Dell on its way back to the ship.
That doesn't sound dangerous at all.
No, not at all. It couldn't be. We got a Dell on the ship, we got a Mode on the ship, but don't worry, as long as we keep everything in their jars, we're fine. We've all been really good at keeping things in their jars, right? Solid. Right. And with that, that is going to be it. Everybody say goodbye forever.
Goodbye forever.
Bye, everybody.
Bye forever.
You guys playing. Nika's really tired.